Oh Lord, how do I cut that off? Let's see if I could do it on my phone.
Oh man, I don't know why. It, it look like we live. No, we can't be live.
It say live.
Tony, Lord Jesus, hold on. We live?
Yes, we're live.
You should have said something. Why you didn't do the countdown?
Aha, I got you that time, didn't I?
Oh, I guess you
Didn't I?
did.
Yeah. I told you we was going to be on. You're going to hear some music playing, and we're going to, wow, I check all the platforms to make sure we are perfectly set up on the platforms. So now that I got the algorithm set up, so we're ready to go. Yeah. Yes, we are live. Yes, we are. How do you didn't know that?
I know now.
You know now? Good. Knowledge is Power Podcast Live is a platform to share um, important information by educating Southeast Texas African American community with viable information on health, education, financial, politics, business, and much more. And tonight, our guest is Miss Georgine Guillory. Georgine is the one of the Port of Beaumont commissioners. That's been well, Georgine. How long have you been on the board?
Uh, since 2003.
Since 2003. Well, Georgine is a Heber graduate of 1973, and she grew up in the mighty Acha. Talk to us,
I
Georgine. Oh, by the
told
way,
you I
Gina Taylor. Hey, Gina. Gina's
love
back with us. Okay, good. All right. Okay.
you.
So tell us about a little bit about yourself, because some folks don't know what is a commissioner for the Port of Beaumont? What do they do? And just give us a little bit
Oh,
about you.
okay.
I know
Uh,
you're a beautician.
was.
It was.
Yeah. But anyway, I let me tell you a little bit about my background.
Yes.
I was born in Louisiana. I'm a Louisiana girl, and
Really?
yeah, we moved to Beaumont. My dad wanted. He was a military guy, so he wanted to move into Texas where all the money was and everybody was making money. So we moved in Lincoln Terrace. That was like some condos back then, and his business flourished. He's a contractor, home builder, and all that. And so my early years I spent in Catholic school, and I come from a family that Bishop Guillory, everybody know him in Beaumont. My aunt was a nun. My uncle was a brother. And so I grew up in a very religious Catholic family. And my grandfather was a politician. So he had that bag of money paying people. I learned a lot about politics. And I also have some politicians, elected officials in the family all over the United States. So here I am, an elected official with the Port of Beaumont. I must say, I was raised by two loving parents. My dad and mother was so involved in our education, and he said everybody in our house had to go to college. He was in the military for 32 years. And gratefully, I went to Hebert High School and had the best teachers in the world. Reared in the PEAR, to the greatest area in Beaumont you could ever come in. I mean, everybody said, don't you cross Washington Boulevard. Don't get you no husband to cross Washington Boulevard. And lived around teachers, grew up on Flamingo Lane. All those teachers were down there. So I decided to go to Lamar, which was a good thing. I love Lamar. I kept going. I had 12 hours left to get my master's, and I said, what am I doing? But I had went to cosmetology school right out of me and next door neighbor, Deborah Guillory. We decided that's what we wanted to be. And my dad said, well, because he said, go to college. He said, well, if that's what you're going to do, be the best one. And of course, your mother and Pauline were our heroes in that business. And so there I am, took care of my kids and everything with that, and went to college, like my dad said, because that was on my mind. My dad was my king, whatever he said. So anyway, then I decided to, George Gardner, he had the franchise Subway, and he was a commissioner on the board, and he abruptly stepped down. And so it was about 14 people applied for the position because it wasn't time for the election yet. It was 2 years left on that term. And I applied, didn't think I'd get it. And sure enough, I did. And I tell you, the strange thing about that, they wasn't accustomed to women being, that's a male. You know, I've had women say to me, what are you doing on a male board? I was insulted. But however, the port had to get used to a woman. They made me go get a jacket at the men's store. I went. I was going to be one of the boys. But anyway, everything is good at the port. Chris
What
Fisher,
year did that you was on the board, that you come aboard?
2003.
2003. Okay.
Yeah, we've it was such a small port.
Right.
Oh, it was small. Now we're in Orange, almost in Port Arthur. And we're a deep water port. We're a military port. Of course, we have other things that come through. An international port, we are. And we're number 4 in the nation, military cargo wise.
Wow.
We
That's come a long ways.
You know, when I first got on the board, they didn't want anybody to go to no conferences. I wanted to learn everything I could about it. And they said no. I said, well, I tell you what, you're not going to tell me where I can go when I got constituents I have to answer to. So I go to the conferences and learn everything and bring the money back home every year.
Every year for now for 19 years, right?
Well, like 21 years, I
21
think.
years. Wow, that's something. And
Yeah,
the port was
I love it. I do. I love it. And at first, when I went to my first conference, nobody knew nothing about the port. Where's that? And now they say, oh, Port of Beaumont. So we up there.
So, y'all about to continue to expand more, right, at the
Oh
port?
yeah, yeah, definitely. We bought the old Bethlehem Steel area over there.
Okay.
So we have a potential person that wants to lease that property. And we also have gas, oil. We have that on another section of our property. That's all. It's not just me now. We have a whole board that make decisions. I'm not going to take credit alone because it takes all of us to
Right.
work stuff out. But it's, you know what? We are the quiet gem in Jefferson County. We got
Wow.
so much going.
I believe that. I mean, it's so quietly, you guys quietly it's expanded because I remember 20 years ago the port was very small, just in that
Yeah,
little
it
cover
was.
sack of nature's river. Now
Yeah.
you spread it out, deep water. You did the river now is what 8 feet deeper now, for bigger cargo ships.
Yes, we're getting the big ships in. We're also, Tony, doing something educational wise. We're getting ready to, the building across from Nell's place.
Yes, right. I was going to ask, what is that this building there?
That's going
What's
to
it?
be our educational building. We're going to teach about deckhands, all that stuff on the ship. They'll be making $60,000 coming out uh,
Wow.
on the lower end of the jobs. So
Right.
that'll probably be in another year. We're working on that.
I was wondering what the construction was on Park Street. What
Right.
was
David Willard and I are educational mentality trying to, because it's, you can't go to university and learn about the port.
right?
Now you can, because we do have a program at LIT. We're the number one in the nation to learn about ports. And it's an online class. We work with the
Wow.
school district also.
When I was
How
going to
long?
ask you, you're working with the districts.
We are.
How long is the class?
It depends on the subject. We'll know more about that later when we construct that whole classes, the whole classes, each one, and exactly what the certification will be in and how long it will take.
Wow. I remember when I had a tour. It was one of those. I think it was the mentorship program or leadership of Beaumont. It was one or the other.
Might have been
Where
leaders.
okay, they gave us a tour of the port, and going behind the scenes, I was
I think I froze or
amazed.
you froze.
Am I frozen? Can
Now
you hear
you
me
okay?
now?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember going behind the scenes of the tour, and everything that I seen was amazing. I didn't even know that Beaumont had that, and it was a shock. But the question I have is, what type of stuff comes into the port?
Oh, it could be rice, timber,
Hmm.
vehicles, military cargo of all kinds. One time we had, I can talk about it now. We are a homeland security port, so it's a lot I can't say, but I can say about this because it's gone. It was after Iraq. We had those helicopters come in. Man, they say don't go close to it; it'll shock you. It's amazing how this stuff is, and I was like, oh my god. And I was just looking at all this equipment, and it had that, whatever that was, you could not, if you went too close to open the door, it would shock you. It was just amazing
Wow.
to see all that stuff. And of course, I'm looking at all these damaged vehicles too. That's kind of sad. We have a battalion back there, a military base, I can say, where the military come back and forth out of there. They live in homes, but that's where they're stationed at.
At the Port of Beaumont? I did
At the
not know
port,
that.
at the port,
Wow.
the brand new building back there, and we do give tours.
I'm going to have to come
Wow.
for a tour. I never
I
knew
need
that.
another one.
Yeah, Yeah. We
Wow.
finished, we got new docks now because the demand is high. We've also, people are wanting to sell their property in the South End so that we can
Expand.
add for more lay down yard stuff. So,
So,
Wow.
as far as I want to switch it up just for a second, your philanthropy, the things that you do in the community, what is the most impactful event or gathering or whatever community gathering you've ever done that had the most impact in our area?
well, we have our pioneering women. That's what I found it. Also, I've been involved with a whole lot of other things and still sticking my nose in a whole lot of things. But pioneering women is so impactful. Uh, we have several programs. One is for women in crisis. Of course, the college assistance that we pay for books and tuition. And when we get them, we keep them till they finish. They could be going for a doctorate, associate, certification, bachelor's, whatever. And it's a simple application because we feel that if you want to go to college or go to a certified class to get some degree, we want to help you get it. We don't go
Mhm.
by income because some people have large incomes and large bills.
Mm.
So that's more impactful. And we have had a sellout. Now, I started that in 2003 because I was an elected official. I needed a platform. And a lady, I was on a bus going to Austin. We were going rally for something. I don't know if it was windstorm or what. And she said she took off August 26th every year on a job. I said, what is that? And she said, that's the day they gave women the right to vote. And I'm like, golly, I love history. I can't remember that ever going, in that class learning about that. So then I said, bingo, that's my thing right there. That's my platform. So I said I would honor women that were in jobs held by men. So I did that, and we've had a sellout ever since. And now we're 500 plus at our fundraiser, but the civic center is too big, the event center is too small. So the Holiday Inn try to fix us up every way we can, and I thank the community for because 100% of that goes to our programs.
Oh, good. How many members do you have in your Pioneer Women?
We have 20. They like to keep it small, and I like that too. We
Yeah.
only we only meet January. That's I created the organization, so I know how busy women are. So we
Hmm.
just meet from January to August, and then we don't meet anymore after that. And we just have one fundraiser. And the
Nice.
thing about it, the community get involved because of the theme. Everybody want to know what the theme is. One year it was something about feathers. Everybody wore feathers. So that makes it even extra special because the community get involved in it.
I absolutely love the culture theme. When I seen the pictures, I was like, oh my gosh, this is everything.
Well,
I enjoyed that one.
and then everybody said that this year it tied into because it was the countries. We represented all countries, women of all countries. And it tied into the Olympics, being the different countries. And then it said that they said that it kind of tied into the election with a
Wow.
woman running for, and all of that. So anyway, my sister think of those things. Everybody think I think of those things. She think of that every year. And it just seems to work out good with our general public.
Wow. So, you are a pillar in the community, and what is some advice that you can give for people that want to start their organizations? What are some gems that you can give to those who want to start something like you did to be impactful to the community and not just a name?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm kind of moving on to the side. Well, before you have an organization, you need to think thoroughly, what do you want to do, and try not to copy off of another organization because they're already doing it. So you have to find what you like. You got to find the need. Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? How impactful do you want to be? Um, Recently, there was an organization just starting, and they had their event planned for the night of the 1st, August 1st. Our event was August 1st at 11 o'clock in the morning. Well, they sent me a letter saying that they wanted me to support them. Of course, I wanted to, but I told them we've been having the first Thursday of August since 2003, and you're having an event the same day. But they thought by being at night, it wouldn't hurt us. I say, but we're selling tickets at the same time, and I really want y'all to do well. Well, it made sense to them, so they changed their date. So whenever we have our luncheon, we will let everybody know at the luncheon the date next year, and it's on our website too. So you try not to compete, you try to work together. Of course, we love to partnership. We have partnership with the Appomattox Men, the National Association of University Women, because what it was, everybody go to the funeral home. The nursing home for Christmas, bringing things. Nobody think about the people that's at home. And when my mother was at home, and I was taking care of her, I said, tell me about the other people that you go to. And they said that the state don't pay for towels, bed sheets, pajamas, and whatever. So we got with the Appomattox Men, and they were happy to do it. They supplied the shaving kits and the pajamas, and we did the woman's side, and we brought all of that over to one of the agencies, and they delivered it. So I like partnering with organizations, but you can't really get a lot of money if you don't have a 501c3. You get small donations. It's the bigger companies that give more. So that's another thing. You got to know what you're doing. How much does it take to do this nonprofit in order to service the community? But it's a big aspect. And it's a lot of great organizations out there that are doing a lot of good things.
So how do you go by choosing your board when establishing a 501c3? What is
Your closest friends that have the same thoughts as you on what you're going to do.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Don't get anybody that don't agree with what you're doing.
That makes sense. And so my last question before I turn it over to Tony, you should know a whole lot about campaigning and being a candidate, running for office. And we see this time and time again where people having the ambition to want to be an elected official. What are some important tips that you can give to those who are watching?
Well, I try to be quiet about this. I don't know how my name got out. I hear there's an underground name they call me. I haven't heard it yet, but I'm a big influencer when it comes to running. It's a lot of people just jump out and haven't done the service in the community. They have to know something about the position.
Mm-hmm.
And people have to know them. You just cannot run against somebody because you don't like them. You can't do it. You have to learn. It's so much that somebody go out there and they want money for the campaign, but people know you don't stand a chance. You need to consult people. I always tell people, ooh, I hate to say this part, but come see me. Or if they get elected, I'll say, come see me. Let me tell you what you should do. Don't go in there firing everybody. You go in there and you take your time, because everything is local. Everything. That's what matters. So you've got to know what you're doing.
Ooh, you ain't lying about that. Mm.
And it takes a lot of money, because
A lot of money.
somebody wanted to run for a county position. I'd say you need a minimum of 60,000.
A minimum
And
of
if
60.
you're gonna,
60,000.
yes,
Yes.
ma'am. And if you're
If you
gonna,
run in the county, you're talking about county.
that's like
They-
What does
100,000.
$60,000 do? Like what do you have to buy besides signs?
Okay, let me tell you this with the county. Somebody wanted to run for a county race. I said, okay, Sour Lake, driving from Sour Lake all the way to the beach. That's the county. You got to cover every area within those two places. That takes money. Signs, people want to. Barack Obama came up with a smart thing, started charging people for signs. I thought that was the best thing in the world, because those signs cost $10, yard signs. And can you imagine with 120, what is it? How many people in Beaumont? 128,000 people?
No. 118, 116.
Well, it's close.
Yeah.
But anyway, you want to get signs out, and people need to buy them. If they want you to win, they should buy those signs. And I agree with Barack Obama. You got advertisement on television. It's just ongoing.
Radio. Yeah, radio. You've got digital.
Got to
You have
pay
to.
Tony.
Yeah.
That don't come free in the political world.
You've got to. It costs. It costs your staff. Everything has a cost to it. Money.
Plus, you have to do records. You got to make financial records through the
Right.
state. You don't, you coming out with some bad media.
Mm-mm.
Yep, that's
I
right. That's right.
I thought to be elected official one time, and when I started being involved and started seeing the internal part of it, I said, never again. I'd rather bring people to Jesus and call it a day.
Well, look like we lost Georgine for a minute. Let's see if she's going to be able to come back on. Like we lost her a little bit. Let's see if she's able
Let's
to
see.
blink.
Jerome said, shouldn't your board members be educated? People will go, people will go, people
Poor
will got pull, and no
people,
people.
no people, and someone with money. I mean, you're going to have somebody that's going to support you and have some money. It's going to take money to run for anything. You talking about run for trash can man. You got to have some money to run for the top trash can man. But um, it takes money to run a campaign. In today's um, media, social media, um, television, radio, print ads, of course, signs. But signs don't vote. It's good to have it out there. You have to have good
He said,
people.
signs don't vote. I like that.
You're going to have people that's able to function. You're going to have to go to different events and function. You got to get yourself exposed in the public doing the work. A lot of people want to run for office just to run for office, but that ain't cool at all. Oh, girl, wait, I thought we lost you, girl. What happened?
I don't know. It just went out.
All right, put you back in your place. That will put you back in the place. And maybe you can answer Jerome Matoya question is that he's asking. Shouldn't your board members be educated? People will go poor, people with some poor or know some people and someone with some money.
How does that relate to educating the board, though?
I don't know. He's from
All of
Louisiana.
our board members are educated.
Right.
All of them. We have a port director that will have even the ethics. We have to
Hmm.
do that required by the state, and we just about everything is fully educational. You
Right.
have to know about it, and then we ask questions.
Yep.
We have a banker on board, and financially, he
Oh, it's about the 501(c)(3) he was referring to when you said family members or friends on the board.
well, they'll get educated about that when if you're beginning an organization on the process. The person that's working your 501(c)(3 will educate you on all of that. That's real easy.
Hmm. We want to say hello to our viewers, Terry, D, Lillian. They said hello in the chat. So we want to definitely shout them out. They are participators of the Knowledge is Power podcast almost every week, probably
Yeah.
every week. So
Yeah.
we want to
Yeah.
give y'all a special shout out. And
Yeah.
Lillian is always tagging people
Yeah.
to view the podcast. So we want to give y'all a special thank you for watching. All right, Miss Georgine, you're back again.
Yeah.
We'll change spots on you now, so maybe you could stay on a little longer. Hey, but George, and now that can you tell us a little bit of what the Port of Beaumont? I want to get back to the port because I love expansion. I love excitement. Can you tell me a little bit? Did you have any insight? I'm sure you do on what's coming to the port that's going to help Beaumont grow.
Well, we have so many. We got 20 projects going. We're doing right now. We're doing some docks. They got the Panamax ships. These huge ships. Um, we got to get to a 48-foot level in order to bring them in. However, we're bringing in larger and larger and larger ships to our ports. So that's a big thing right there. And
We lost her again. Maybe her Wi-Fi is weak, or her signal is weak. But while we're doing that, let me move over here and kind of promo this here. The Jefferson County Democrat 2024 Blue Gala is going to be Thursday, September the 5th at the Holiday Inn and Suite on the Interstate 10 in Walden Road. It's United. It's called the United and Unified, featuring Congresswoman Maxine Waters. We'd like to invite everyone out to that. That ticket is $100 a ticket. We'd like to see everyone come and pack the place. She's a great speaker. She's been on the House maybe 35 years, and it's going to be a great show, great event to help us out here in Jefferson County, the Democrats, right here in Beaumont, Texas. Well, let's see if we can get her back on again. When I was on the radio 50 years ago, we used to have dead air. Can't take no dead air. Nobody nothing to talk about. Let's see. Oh, by the way, next Sunday, our guest would be Joseph
Trahan?
Trahan. Yes, Joseph Trahan would be our guest. He's going to talk more about the Democratic Party, the Jefferson County Democratic Party. He's the chair of the Democratic Party. They're going to talk more about the gala as well. So we'll have that going on, and then we're going to have a that's about it. Well, we're also going to have Vanessa Washington would be with us on the 8th of September, and with her financial experts, with her giving us some insight on financial. Well, are you back?
I don't know what's going on.
And you're gonna have to stop shopping at the dollar store and buy that weak Wi-Fi.
Is that what it is? That Spectrum.
Dollar General.
That's funny.
But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I was talking about those big ships coming in. We're able to do that.
Yes.
I'm doing a lot of work around the port, the docks. We got new docks coming to bring more ships in. Yeah.
Wow. That is so exciting. So how can you schedule a tour?
Just call the port. Tell them that you want me to give you a tour.
Ooh.
Oh, I lost Gina. Did I lose Gina?
Yeah.
Me backstage.
What happened? I didn't put you backstage.
It said
I
somebody
didn't put
me
you backstage. You just appeared on me like that. Hey, Jerome asked another question. Is it sold out? No, it ain't sold out yet. Okay. Any ships for the military?
Oh yeah. We have military ships. They bring the
Yeah,
cargo.
all those ships are just about military ships.
Yeah. We have 2 that stays there, you know.
Are y'all hiring?
No. Everybody that works there get paid so good they don't leave.
Wow.
That's nice.
Yeah. It's only 40 people work there.
Shut up.
Yeah.
So do you have to go to the port every day? You have an office there? Do you visit time to time? How does that work?
Yeah. Office. If it's something that's really interesting and need our
Well, she's gone again.
Dang.
She is gone again. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up and we're gonna get on out of here. But we enjoyed it, the time we had with her. Maybe she'll pop in before we close out and give us her lasting words. But Jeannie, look well today. How was your day today?
My day was beautiful as usual. I was acting like somebody's grandmother and cooked for Sunday's dinner yesterday, last night. Had my roast in the oven for 12 hours. It was falling off my fork when I tried to pick it up. Everything was wonderful.
Okay, great. Listen, Nikki, I see your comment. I don't know if the gala sold out yet. I don't think so. I hope not, because I hadn't got my ticket. So
Oh dang, you better find somebody that got a table.
Yeah, might find some table. We got to get there. But anyway, let's see who we have. Anybody else here? Okay. So I guess we're gonna wrap it up with Georgine. She's not here, she's not back, and she's got a weak signal. And thank you, Gina, for coming on. Boy, Guy, you missed the show early today at 2:00. Oh, it was an awesome show.
I need to go back and watch the replay.
Yeah, you have to go back and watch the replay. That podcast was off the chain with Dr. Candace the Hammer Matthews on there. Oh my goodness, it was a mess. It was a hot mess. But anyway, we thank everybody for joining us every Saturday, every Sunday at 7:00 on our podcast. Next Sunday, we're gonna have Joseph Trahan, the Democratic chairperson, gonna join us next Thursday. And if any emergency podcast needs to be done, we'll jump in here any time and start podcasting. Well, we thank you again for joining us, and along with Gina, and we'll see you next week, next time. God bless.
Peace.
Thank you for watching Knowledge is Power Podcast Live. Be sure to like and subscribe to all Knowledge is Power social media pages.